Welcome back to Power Lunch. I'm Mike Santoli, and this is Trading Nation. Dow and S&P trading at session lows. Dow down about 165, S&P down about 0.25% right now. Check out shares of Boeing, actually a big part of that Dow decline, falling nearly 3% today, good for 65 Dow points or so, on worries surrounding the safety of its 737 model. And it's one of the biggest laggards on the Dow this week, second only to Goldman Sachs. So is the stock heading right back to its October lows at this point? Erin Gibbs with S&P Investment Advisory Services, Matt Maley with Miller Tabak. So, Erin, how do we kind of work in this news that hit today about potentially Boeing not disclosing some safety issues with the 737 into a fundamental story for Boeing?
You know, we're still looking at this as it being more over an overreaction. They obviously have issued some statements about how for pilots to handle erroneous airspeed indicators, but particularly when it looks like from the crash, it really doesn't look like this is going to fall with a big financial impact on Boeing or lead to any FAA groundings yet, particularly when there were 3 erroneous indicator reports on 3 flights prior to the crash. So it really looks like it was actually negligence on the airline's part rather than a problem with Boeing. So we see these types of headlines as an opportunity for investors to get in. We haven't seen any revisions on earnings or revenue. We're still looking at about 6.5% revenue growth for the next 2 years, looking very solid. And we haven't seen really any changes in Wall Street consensus on Boeing either. So for us, it just looks like valuations are getting dropping in. It's an overreaction, and this might actually be a good buying point.
Matt, obviously today's news of some significance to today's trading, but the stock itself came into the year with tremendous momentum and has been kind of stuck for a little while here. How do you view it?
Yeah, it's interesting you say it's one of the worst performers of this week, but it's been one of the best performers of the year. Up 18% year to date. The problem is that 100% of that advance took place in the first 2 weeks of the year. The stock is unchanged from January 16th. And it's been stuck in this sideways range for 11 months now. So that's a problem. Now, looking on a short-term basis, the 200-day moving average has been key support for the stock all year. It did dip below it for 1 day back in October, but bounced back immediately. It's now dipping below it again today. So we'll have to see if it can regain that line rather quickly. If it can't, we'll probably see a quick retest of those October lows. My concern, though, is it's been stuck in a sideways range. So if you're looking for stocks to buy on weakness, there might be some better candidates, both in the group, the defense group, and in the broad market overall.
Okay, so the broad group looks like there might be better opportunities. So for Boeing, just kind of sideways until proven otherwise, was that the bottom line?
Exactly. Until it breaks out of that range, it's really tough way to really measure it. All
right. Matt, Erin, thank you very much. Appreciate your time today. For more Trading Nation, head to our website or follow us on Twitter at Trading Nation.
In rising, low volatility markets, short-term pullbacks can often represent great buying opportunities. But picking exact tops and bottoms is a tricky game. One approach is to consider waiting for the second consecutive up day after a pullback before putting money back into the